Hello, this is Mrs. Okura, and today I'm going to show you how to write an exponential equation given a word problem. Let's start off by looking at each exponential formula. Notice there are two function formulas, one for growth and one for decay. The only thing that makes the two equations different is the plus and minus sign. Plus indicates the growth, and the minus indicates we have decay. Now let's take a look at each variable. A represents the original amount, the initial start, or if we're given a graph, the y-intercept. R is our rate expressed as a decimal. X is our unit of measure. Sometimes it's also the time. And Y is our final amount. So let's take a look at this first word problem. It reads, the number of turkey vultures in a nature sanctuary is increasing at an annual rate of 1.8%. When the sanctuary opened, it was home to 204 turkey vultures. Write a function that can be used to find the number of turkey vultures after X years. Once again, we are just writing the equation. We are not solving it. So the first thing I would like to do is first determine if this is going to be growth or decay. So I'm going to look for some key information here. And notice I have the word increasing, so that lets me know that I have growth. So I will be using the plus sign out of this equation. Next, I need to determine my initial start. How many turkeys did we start off with? Which was 204. Next, I need to determine the rate, which is 1.8%, but I need to convert that to a decimal, and that is 0.018. Now it's time to plug in my two variables into my growth equation. So after plugging in my variables, my equation is now y is equal to 204. Inside my parentheses, I have 1 plus 0.018. Close out my parentheses, raised to the x power. Now we just reduce what's inside, and my answer is y is equal to 204 times 1.018 raised to the x power. And this is our equation. Moving on to the next one. So the next word problem reads, the population of a rural county has been decreasing at an annual rate of 3.92%. When the decline began, the county's population was 1,477. Write a function that can be used to find the county's population after X years. All right, the first thing I would like to do is determine if this is a growth or a decay word problem. So I'm going to look for a keyword here, which is decreasing. This word indicates that I will be using the decay formula. Next, I pull out my initial value, which is 1,444. Now I need to pull out my rate and convert that to a decimal, which is 0.0392. Now that I have those two pieces of information, now I can plug that into the decay formula. And my formula is y is equal to 1,444 times 1 minus my rate, which is 0.0392, all raised to the x power. Everything in the parentheses can be reduced, so I can subtract that. And my final equation is y is equal to 1,444 477 times 0.9608 raised to the x power. So this equation represents this word problem. Now it's your turn to practice. I'm going to give you a moment to pause the video. Once you come up with your answer, resume playing. The first thing we need to do is pull out some key information. I need to determine if this is going to be a growth or decay word problem. So my keyword here is growth. So that lets me know I'll be using the growth formula. Next, I'll need to determine my initial start and my rate, 1.8, and then my rate is 0.042. And now I just plug that into my growth formula. And now let's determine my answer. So if I just simplify everything inside the parentheses, I should get C. Okay, let's move on to the next question. You have another example to work on, so I'm going to give you a moment to pause. Let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is determine if we have a growth or decay word problem and look for a keyword here. And our keyword here is paid. We have a savings account that paid 3% interest. That lets me know that this account will be growing, and so therefore it's going to be increasing. So I will be using the growth formula. Now I need to determine my initial start, which is how much money was placed in the savings account. And then I also need to figure out the rate and then convert that to a decimal. So my initial start was $1,500 and my rate converted to a decimal is 0.03. Now, like I said before, we will be using the growth formula. So I need to plug those in. So my equation is y is equal to 1,500 times 1 plus 0.03 raised to the x power. The question asks, what is the missing value? The missing value is what's inside this parenthesis. So let's go ahead and add those two numbers together and we will get 1.03. So our missing value is here. All right, so that is the last word problem. If there are any questions, you can post it in the comment section. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.